Every day, without fail, Mr. Tan, who is wheelchair bound, sells tissue paper at a nearby food center. He shouts, "Tissue paper, $1," to get the attention of passerbys. In doing this, Mr. Tan hopes to support himself as he is not able to do so in other ways due to his age and disability. Mr. Tan is not alone. Like him, there are many others in Singapore who are struggling on the margins. Good morning, Mr. Lee, Mr. Ang, Mr. Chan, Mrs. Chua, teachers and fellow Josephans. I am Sow Hao Yuan from Martian 201, and I stand here today to convince you that poverty does exist in Singapore. While on the surface, it may seem that Singapore, being one of the wealthiest and most developed nations in the world, does not have anyone struggling to make ends meet, this is not the case. If we dig a little deeper into this issue, we will find that it is a problem that we should be concerned about. Homelessness exists in Singapore. The Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy defines homelessness as living in inadequate housing situations. Lacking roofs above their heads, these individuals stripped off of their dignities and at times identities as they rough sleep at our void decks or quiet corners in our estates with makeshift card boxes at night. The poverty situation in our nation has been further exacerbated by the onslaught of the COVID-19 pandemic, where many jobs were lost. Take Mr. Danny Goh as an example. He was once a part-time waiter, earning a stable income, just enough to make ends meet. When the pandemic struck, he was retrenched, just like many others in the F&B industry. For 8 months, he made fruitless attempts to put food on the table for his wife and 4 children. The family only managed to get by on the goodwill of relatives and church friends. The truth is, this is not an isolated incident. There are many others who have suffered the same fate as Mr. Goh and have slipped through the cracks in our society. Fellow Josephans, therefore poverty does exist in Singapore. In the words of Mother Teresa, a nun and missionary who founded the Missionaries of Charity, never worry about numbers. Help one person at a time and start with the person nearest to you. We do not have to look very far to lend a helping hand to the last, the lost, and the least. You can start by buying that one packet of tissue paper. Thank you, and Aura et Labora.